been delayed. Now, the ship was being used as a dorm because one of the college's dorm buildings has mold in it, and that problem seems to only be getting worse, thanks in large part to Hurricane Irene. Well, no more bank fees. That's the message now being heard loud and clear by many big banks this morning. Customers, they don't want the extra $5 debit charges that many banks are including. All of this started by Bank of America. And for more on this, let's say good morning again to ABC2's Kuren1. It seems like Bank of America fired that first shot, and they've heard the response from customers, and now other banks are saying, whoa, that's not us.
Yeah, many banks actually in the beginning had got on board with the new fees behind
Sure.
Bank of America. And then when customers started like this revolt, the bigger banks backed off. You know, because customers were threatening to go to credit unions or smaller community banks, you know, transferring their accounts. And I guess it's all about the power of the customer at this point, because many of the big banks said, okay, we're going to do away with those fees.
But that hasn't stopped for what's being called Bank Transfer Day. That's supposed to be coming up.
Bank Transfer Day is coming up on November 5th, so it'll be interesting to see if Bank of America will actually, you know, follow behind. But big banks like SunTrust, excuse me, were one of the banks that went ahead and took back those fees. Also, J.P. Morgan and Wells Fargo, after the recent backlash which involved a national bank transfer day, like you just said, Charlie, many of the banks said they would do away with the new fees. SunTrust Bank also announced that it eliminated the $5 debit card fee, which was scheduled to take place on November 2nd. Excuse me. And customers who already paid those fees will be reimbursed. Also, Wells Fargo announced that it has canceled plans to test debit cards in 5 states. So Bank of America hasn't decided yet if they plan on, you know, canceling their fees. But, you know, as it looks right now, it's pretty much in the hands of the customers if they want to keep some of their consumer base. So
let's go ahead and listen to what some people are saying about this and the possibility of Bank Transfer Day.
And they're going to come up with some way to charge you more fees. If it's not going to be obvious like the debit card, something else is coming. This is true consumer power.
Now, many of the big banks say they were charging that new fee because of a regulation that slashed the fees financial institutions could charge retailers whenever consumers use their debit cards at different businesses. Right. So this was a way for them to make up some of that money, and of course, it didn't fare well with customers.
And you have to admit, it kind of affects everyone individually. I'm a Bank of America customer. When I first heard about this and then the backlash from other banks, I thought, well, I could just take all my money out and go
Exactly.
over there.
I remember when the story first came out, and I remember you saying that you were a Bank of America customer. Right. I'm a SunTrust customer, and I got the letter, you know, a few weeks later, and I'm like, well, what is this about, you know? So everyone has the power to do what they please with their money. So this is
consumer-based, consumer-driven, but still for banks, it's all about the bottom line.
Exactly.
Kuren, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Charlie.
We want to know what you think about this on our Facebook page. Do you like the idea of the Bank Transfer Day, or do you plan on taking part in moving your money out? Head to our Facebook fan page. Join the conversation. We always want to hear what you have to say. Well, today's